everyone. Dave Barlow here with Sell for 1% Realtors, and it's a glorious winter season, just celebrating Christmas. I hope you guys had a good Christmas. Did Santa bring you everything you wanted there, Mike?
Always does, man. Santa's the man. Ask and you shall receive.
Jay Marinsky?
Yeah, it was very good. Good time with
Christmas?
family. Yeah.
Did your cat get anything good for Christmas?
Got a lot of this.
What's that?
Catnip.
Oh, nice.
It's not illicit drugs.
Try to keep that cat under control.
Yeah, trying to knock him out with a little catnip.
That's good stuff. So anyways, I wanted to wish everybody a happy new year. We got the big game coming up on New Year's Eve. Ohio State taking on #1 Georgia. And I know that we'll all be glued to the TV set on New Year's Eve watching that ball game. But I wanted to talk a little bit about what we are expecting for 2023 as we head into the new year. And so I'll save my comments for last. I'll let you guys, talk about where you think housing prices will go, if they're going to go up a little, go down a little, maintain the same. What do you think about interest rates and just the overall market expectations for 2023? Jay Marinsky, we'll start off with you.
Well, I am using a lot of props here. That's all.
The bull.
Oh, you're bullish.
I'm bullish.
Okay.
I think that, at least from what I've been seeing, there's a lot of properties where if you're in a bear market, wouldn't be going for list price. And I'm seeing surprisingly a lot of them, get multiple offers and go for list at least, which I think is a good sign, a sign of strength. I think interest rates have dipped here a little bit. Our trustworthy government's predicting that it's going to keep going a little bit down here into the first, second, third quarter of the new year. So I think, this physical asset that is real estate, an investment that you can live in, it's hard to shake that from being a good investment as more and more people kind of pour into Columbus and more jobs are coming up here. So I think we are well positioned in Columbus with our prices, population growth, and interest rates coming down a little bit. So I'm bullish. I think it's going to be a good year.
All right. Mike, what do you think?
I mean, I'm in line with Jamie. I think there's a lot of opportunity for buyers who have been pushed out of the market for the past 4 years. Even though interest rates were low, you get a lot of people who couldn't buy because they weren't going to bring $50,000 out of their pocket to cover an appraisal gap. Well, the market's kind of shifted quite a bit. I mean, what I've noticed even in the past 4 months is I've gotten remedies back in my offers. I've put a lot of deals back in that were $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 under list price. I think the market's going to heal a little bit from the buyer's perspective. I think there's going to be a lot of great opportunity if you haven't been able to buy to get into the market now. Yes, interest rates are much higher than they were, but if you can buy a property for a reasonable price at a lower price point than what it was 2 years ago, you don't have to fight with 15 other people to buy it. You can keep all of your rights in your contract and you have a comfortable monthly payment. It sounds like a win-win for everybody. And if rates go back down, you have the opportunity to refi anyway. But I think there's a lot of opportunity. I think we're going to hit the ground running. Inventory is at a higher clip right now than it has been in the past 3 years at the same point. I expect that to go up. And just to touch on what Jamie said, Columbus is growing at an astounding rate. We have a lot of large businesses that have their corporate offices here. People are going to continue to move here. Things are looking good. Lots of infrastructure being built. It's a great time to buy.
Date the rate, marry the house, as they say. The rates will change, but the house is what it is.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of things about not necessarily a house, but a home.
Correct.
You know, a house is probably something you rent. A home is something that you buy. And that's where, you know, I sell lots of houses, and, you know, the ones that are always kind of the tougher ones to sell for the seller are the homes that their babies grew up in, that they went to school, they went to high school, they had their first prom, you know, they had their first date, you know, they fell and skinned their knee up on, you know, the back sidewalk. It just, you know, those are the memories that you build when you buy a home. And I think that we're seeing a little bit of a transition. You know, interest rates, as we've talked about, are up. The house prices, and I think, Mike, you're right on target. Had a lot of buyers that couldn't even get into the bidding war because they didn't have $50,000 cash in a bank account somewhere. And those are the ones that are kind of sitting on the sideline, because we've talked about this. They kind of knew what they could buy for the interest rate a year ago. The new buyers coming into the market right now, you know, they're here to buy. And there's a ton of people moving into Columbus, 40, 50,000 a year. And I think that pace will probably pick up as Intel and some of these, I mean, everywhere you look. I don't know if you guys have driven down 315, but that hospital that they're building for Ohio State.
Yeah, it's insane.
Like, if you're coming from north headed south into downtown, the curve goes right at that hospital, and it looks like something out of Star Wars. I mean, it's unbelievably large.
Well, then you have the whole cardiology massive building that they built at Riverside Methodist too. It's it's like I said, it's just,
there's cranes everywhere, and you know, the building is building. And you know, I've got a friend, you know, that he can't build apartment buildings fast enough. You know, as soon as he starts building them, they start, you know, leasing them, and you know, it's fully leased by the time they get the thing completed. So I think, you know, the market itself is going to continue to be very good. It's not going to be off the hook like it was last March, where, you know, put a house on the market, you got 80 showings, 20 offers, and it sells for $50,000 over. Another thing that I just heard from a friend of mine is that the price of gravel is like through the roof.
Interesting.
Yeah, they can't get enough gravel out to the Intel plant. And so, like, if you order a load of gravel, you know, which was X dollars, you know, per ton, you can't even get the gravel delivered, you know, in a reasonable amount of time. And if you are able to get it, the price is through the roof. And so those are the kinds of things that you look at and you say, yeah, I think the market is still going to be pretty doggone good. And that's what we're going to be looking for here as we move into 2023. And I think, like you guys, interest rates are probably going to hold steady, maybe go down a little bit. I think prices are going to probably level a little bit, but I think we'll still see 4, 5, 6% appreciation values in some of the hotter neighborhoods. And I think it's going to be a good year for us as real estate agents to help people buy and sell. So I'm looking forward to 2023. I think it's going to be a great year. All right, guys, I appreciate your time. Thanks.
Good one. Thank you.